Right, hello everyone and welcome back to more Vector 3D live streaming stuff. Today we have this absolutely enormous box, which is the Atomstack B1 Enclosure, which is an enclosure for the laser cutter which I took a look at a little while ago, which was the Atomstack A5M50. It didn't have really much of any safety features and I was like, I'm not going to use that unless we've got some sort of safe enclosure. Here we are today with an enclosure which is, well, it costs kind of about as much, if not more, than the machine itself. But I would never use a machine or recommend using a machine that is not properly, safely enclosed. So yes, this is hopefully a safe enclosure, but I don't know that. I'm going to be assembling it and we'll find out how that goes. So now you know. Welcome everyone. Good to see you all back. It's been a little while. Not really done any like long form videos or live streams in quite a little bit. There's been lots of YouTube shorts and things, so hopefully those are mildly interesting for some of you. Sorry if you get subscribe email spam. Not my intention, but difficult to negate. It is a big box, you're right. I don't know how big this enclosure is going to be. I suspect my desk will not be large enough, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I will mention as well, in view of testing laser-based products and not wanting to lose my eyesight, I have contacted a laser safety, they're like a laser eye safety company in the UK, and they are called Laser Physics. They have not sponsored or purchased anything. I literally contacted them myself, asked what their recommendation was for the specific lasers that are typically used with these low-cost laser machines, and they recommended these. So I think this is going to be about as good as it gets when it comes to getting something that is designed for purpose and will actually work. So these look like this. I don't know to you if they look cool. To me, they look ridiculous, but I don't care because they're going to hopefully save my eyes in the case that anything weird happens. They do actually have some nice adjustability and stuff as well. Like the hinges can do this to kind of get it to the right angle. It sounds like it's breaking, but I'm pretty sure it's not. And they have some like extension as well. So if you've got a particularly large head, that can hopefully deal with that. For me, somewhere near the small setting is actually not too bad, even though my head is quite large. So I'll be putting them on later if we do get to the point where we start turning the laser on. If you are going to be using laser safety, laser equipment, I do recommend protecting your eyesight at all costs. If you can't afford to protect your eyes, don't do it at all. Oops. Safety is number one when it comes to lasers. And slight disclaimer, while I'm going to provide you the best information I can, I would recommend you also look elsewhere if you are looking at getting a laser-based product to ensure you get the best and safest information possible. And I'm not responsible for anything you do with one. Now, this package is like 19 kilos apparently. So there's quite a lot in here. I don't really know much about it other than this. This is the manual. So it's going to look probably something like that. Let's take a look and find out. I don't even know really what it's going to be made of. I think it's steel. I also think this foam might be something we can try as a test cut. We'll work that out later. Oh boy. Oh, let's see if we can do. So this whole thing is just absolutely crammed full of stuff. So we've got tubes, we've got some green acrylic, we've got some ducting things, some air, fan, a power supply, some feet. I don't know where to put things. Oh dear. Just noticed my chat thing does not work. Oh well. Hopefully the streamers are working all right. Obviously I've not streamed in a little while, so if something's a little bit broken, I wouldn't be entirely surprised. Total 31 sheet metal components of the protective cover. 31 metallic components. Sheet metal components specifically. Gives you an approximate sequence of assembly. Oh boy, this is going to take a while. It is recommended to use an electric screwdriver since many screws to tighten. Be careful not to hurt your hands. Got it. Look at all the components we've got to assemble just for the first section. So this is what the side pieces look like. They don't seem too sharp, so it looks like reasonably well made. And then the mirror parts. I don't know. Oh goodness, is this? I don't know where the parts that I need to start, where they are. It doesn't look like those. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 11. This is 12, 12, 11, 10. Oh, there's some longer pieces. Oh, aha! Aha! We found a secret compartment. Ta-da! So this is, oh my goodness, where do we start? I think we'll put these back in the box for now and put the box on the floor. I'm going to be up and down getting that stuff, I think. That's just a bit of materials. It's not particularly helpful. Yeah, it's going to be bigger than the table. This is going to be difficult. Feet, 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 feet. I don't think there's anything below there. Power supply. Looking for some screws. These look like they're joints from the thing. Here we go. Spare M3x8. Other steps M3x6. Superhero goggles. Steps 4 and 25. Steps 16 and 17. I'm looking for some cornery bracket things. Oh, this looks like it. 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. M3 screws in the direction of the arrow. Insert 4 screws to the bottom of the number 5. Insert a screw to the third hole each side and do the same at the other 3 corners. No tightening all of the screws in this step. Right. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe we'll be finishing. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's all got greasy stuff on my hands. That's not great. So we have number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1, and 2 number 14s. So the number 14s can go in here. One. I'm assuming these are all going to be a little bit different on each side, so it's going to be fairly important that we get them around the right way. That looks like that whole pattern there, so that's that. In the corners, looks like this goes on here, and that goes down into there. If anyone has any questions, fire ahead. There's a link in the description. It's not an affiliate link or anything, but if you're interested to know a little bit more about it, you can find out there. It's not an affiliate link or anything, it's just a link to the site, just so you know. So unfortunately there's no washers with these screws, which means there's no real guarantee that they're going to stay particularly tight. Well, there's 2 holes there, but only the other 2 holes are empty. Okie dokie. Oops, there is it. Won't go in. This is a good start. So we're leaving plenty of wobbliness at the moment, just to make sure everything's going to go together okay. I was just about to say the finish is good, but there's a chip on this one. It's got a little bit of corrosion already. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, to be honest, so I'm not too worried. Hopefully these screws are still going to be nice and accessible later on when I do need to tighten them up. The instructions do explicitly say to leave them loose for now. Hopefully that's not going to bite me. Oopsie-daisy. If you have a large table for building one of these, I would recommend you do so. I'm already dreading doing this when it gets larger. The holes on these corner pieces are not quite the threaded tapped holes are not made quite as well, so the screws don't go in nicely. Happy New Year, Ella, to you too. Thank you very much. So 1, 2, 3, so 4 is going to be this one here. 4 points this direction. Looking pretty good. You've just been putting clipper on a Prusa. I was thinking of doing that. I don't know how many people have. How are you getting on with it? Did you have to change the control board or anything? I guess probably not. It's going to need, unless, I suppose our control board had the, like the Pi 0 mount on the back. I think the theory was that would make it easier. For like Octoprint and stuff, wasn't it? Is that the right hole? Yes, I think so. Didn't touch the electronics box at all. Apart from, oh, I guess you can just plug in a USB for Raspberry Pi, can't you? Sounds like a pretty simple process then, not too bad. I was considering doing it just because the Prusa is the only printer now that I'm using blooming SD cards for. Actually, no, that's not true. All the like basic bed slinger printers, I'm still using that. Hopefully, oh my god. Tightening screws with your offhand is not easy. That'll do. I guess you do lose the auto skew calibration, don't you? Because Clipper doesn't have that. The XY skew, you know, when it does the bed calibration and it like scans over the points. So many screws. No idea how much that would be to do. Not a clue. I've just noticed the 3 label is pointing one way and that's pointing the other way. There's like a laser engraved mark pointing that way and the stickers pointing this way. Two's the same. Well, I've gone by the bright labels. Hopefully the bright labels are okay. Right. Six screws per corner. Assemble number 6 with 9 pieces at M3x6, sticker face down. No tightening the screws in this step. Assemble number 6, so we've got to go dig through the box for a number 6. A number 6 plate. That's a 15, that's a 21. That's a 16. Probably 22. Yep. $23. That's a 20. This looks like it could be it. It's a 6 or it's a 9. It looks like a reasonable 6. Sticker face down. 4 there, so this goes up here. Side up, that's it. 9 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yep. Two. 3. It's great that they tell you to use an electric screwdriver, but I think it's just because there's like paint finish and stuff in the holes, and the holes are not that great quality. So it's a little bit difficult to get them in. That one's going in all right. There's going to be so many screws sticking out the bottom of this. Oops, amazing. Right. That's that. Oh, where's the instructions? Assemble number 8 and number 9 with 4 pieces M5 by 14 screws. Where is number 8 and number 9? Is that these two things? There's an 8. Steps 4. And steps 25. M5 by 14. That's these. 4 pieces. It's look like there's only 3 pieces M5 by 14 in here, and there's a nut. We are missing a screw, and it has been replaced with an incorrect screw. Steps 4 and steps 25. Okay, there's some extras here. It's another bag for steps 4 and steps 25. Another 3 screws and 1 nut. How bizarre. Okay. So let's put 2 screws back with the 2 nuts. Get rid of that bag. And then we're ready to go. Nice. So... oh, I've missed a step. What needs it? I've got to do the panel that goes there. I was going down and then across, but this is going across and then down. Assemble number 7 with 11 pieces M3 by 6 screw. Where should the camera be? I don't know what to do with the camera. Assemble number 7 with 11 pieces. Number 7, where's number 7? Let's dig down further into this enormous box filled with loads of foam. Oh, this looks like a door. That is number 17. And we dig further down. There's another panel. That's number 19. What number was it? 7. That piece of foam out. And another piece of foam out. And we find number 18. That's not what we need. Get that out. There we go. This looks right. Oh. Right, number 7. I think this do this. Yep. Almost destroyed the SKR Pico connected ground to 24 volts. Ooh, that might have actually been okay, depending on what else was plugged in, but still better that you caught it before it happened rather than after. I hope this thing is really safe. Why, are you after a laser enclosure by any chance? So many screws. Got to be a bit careful because now all these screws are sticking down at the bottom. If I slide it on the desk, it's going to just rip up the wood. That would make a nasty mess. So I'm just being a little bit conscious of how I move it around. Right. Now it's this number 8 and number 9 doohickey. Going here. Where did number 9? I never got it out. Number 8, number 9. Excuse me. I may have eaten quite a big dinner before this. It's coming back on me already. Not sure why this needs such a long screw. Oops, wrong way. Right, that's those in. At some point I'm going to have to go back and retighten all of these screws. And that'll be fun. Number 5, assemble 10 and 11 with 4 pieces and 3x6. 10 and 11 were in here, I think. Yes. 10 and 11. So this is number 4 with the low front. 10 goes this side. It is nice that they've made all the screws the same. Largely all the same anyway. You can imagine how much more of a nightmare this would be if there was like 10 different screws. Are we in? We're in. That looks pretty wonky. And 11. I don't know what to do about camera angles. The thing's so blooming large. I mean, this is how many screws are in the bag. You can't really see. Oh. There's loads of screws in the bag. Take my word for it. It's like an entire Voron worth of screws. Hopefully there's more screws than we need. That's the only thing that we can hope for at this point. These don't fit very well at all. They're both like leaning forwards. Maybe that'll be alright when everything gets tightened. Not perfect, but hopefully it'll be good enough. Well, everyone pretty much could buy a freaking laser. Freaking laser beam. I was looking for instructions on the screen then. That's why it didn't work. 11 and 12, so the same thing but from the other side. At the moment, it's just a big wobbly metal box. Hopefully it will turn into something more useful. 12 here going this way. Again, poke that down into the corner. Was I supposed to be doing these tight? These are supposed to be tight. I don't know tight to what angle though. You know what might be pretty good for this build? My Lazy Susan. I've just remembered it. I think that might save me here. The room layout's changed. It has, didn't it? Yes. I can't remember what it was like before. Because I moved this back. This used to be here, didn't it? Many moons ago. So yeah, the whole room layout kind of got modified when I did my big clear out and got rid of a bunch of stuff. But it's full again already. Like, I've got 11 printers in this room at the moment. There's probably space for 3, if we're being realistic. Oh, I put that screw in the wrong hole. Right, before we go any further, it's time to get old Susan out. She's going to be pretty vital for this, I think, just because of the size that we're dealing with. Oh, that's that broken. My foot's aching for some reason. Right, how are we going to do this? There's big old Susan. So this will not only protect the desk, but allow me to spin it around. Meow. Right. And those things will just stay there. Ah, yeah, so the Voron is now over there, underneath that workbench. Yeah, I had those 2 IKEA lac tables here, didn't I? Those are gone, completely gone. Just because they were really inefficient. I could put stuff on top of them, but storing stuff kind of in them was nigh on impossible. It was way too deep, so you could only use the space at the front, which meant it was like a cubic metre of space back there that just couldn't be used. And I like having a side space here for, I mean, I say doing stuff during live streams. At the moment, I've got this here for, in case I'm going to control the laser cutter. But yeah, just somewhere extra to expand to during live streams. Not so good for this one because it's massive. There's lots of big pieces. But for 3D printers, it was useful. This one's wobbly. symbol 14. Interesting. Oh no, 13. 13 to 4. Oh my goodness. Symbol 13. Oh, I think that's these. 13 and 13. These look a bit mangled. I think just because they've been sitting opposite each other like this. Whoop. When was V0.2 announced? I was thinking about doing more upgrades on my Vorons. I just like building things. I've not been building very much. That's kind of the reason for doing this today, really. I just fancied building something. The trouble with doing upgrades is most of the stream ends up being dismantling. No. I don't know if that 13 is the right way around. Yep, I think it is. See you, Ella. It's live streaming now. Damn, how did I get such bad timing with this? I wanna know what's going on. What's the stream going on? I don't know.
Will be forward compatible to a 0.2 without any major changes needed or anything like that. So if you have a CAN board, full head board, or whatever that was built for a 0.1, it will be forward compatible to a 0.2. Is that fair?
That's fair to say. I'm actually me and Steve both are using we're not using a CAN board, but we're using the Pancake board, which is very early, it just uses
I don't know if I can double live stream that at the same time. Probably shouldn't. Well, never mind. I'll have to catch up with that afterwards. Definitely interested in doing that. I need to do Voron tap as well. That's probably what I'm going to do on my older printer. Because also I've just built that red one, so that's going to be kept built probably for a little while. Well, that's just weird. Okay, that should work. Yeah, it is this way. It's not super clear. Oh yeah, it does fit on the outside. Okay, so James, what's happening with the 0.2? Feed me details. I want to know. This one goes here. Yep. Extrusion top hat. So no more massive prints to do the top piece. That's quite a good idea. Mini stealth burner. Yeah, mini afterburner I never got along with super well, hence changing mine. Z max end stop location. Oh, so it was Z min. I'm moving it to Z max. Not the worst idea in the world. Means quite a lot of lead screw motion if it's still a lead screw Z, but I guess it's only it's only 100 meters anyway. So 100 meters, 100 millimeters. Who sells that extrusion? Where do people buy the extrusion for 0.1? I mean, obviously I got mine like LDO kit, and you got, was yours? Yours was LDO kit as well, wasn't it? I've never seen people. Well, I guess people do just buy that extrusion, maybe presumably like AliExpress or whatever, some random sellers. Ensure the nuts on the foot pads are at the same height and mount the foot pads. Do I want to do that? I'm not entirely sure I want to do that, because I want to still be able to use old Susan. Thornbuck kit. There's a UK seller. Who's that? Is it the usual suspects or somebody weird? Yeah, see, even at maximum, this is not gonna. It's gonna barely miss the desk, I think. So I'm just gonna leave these off for now, and I'll add the feet later on. Shouldn't be too difficult to just tip it on its side and screw those in. So no rush to insert those. Every step is do not tighten the screws, do not tighten the screws, do not tighten the screws. When are we ever going to tighten the screws? Oh my god. It says that for the last step. Tighten all the screws. Yeah, good luck doing that. Oh well. So next is number 15, is the side panel. All the other things. Well, it's got to be pretty huge, hasn't it? It's got to fit blooming laser cutter inside it. Oh dear. I've no idea where I'm going to put this. I'm just going to have to magic some space out of somewhere. New panels. I feel like I already saw some CAD of this previously. Maybe I saw something I shouldn't have seen. Or maybe people will share it, were they? Was there beta testers and stuff allowed to share things? How many screws am I supposed to be putting in this? 16 screws! Holy bananas, Batman. This whole triple screw pattern here doesn't even nearly line up. It's not even close. I'm not sure what that's for even. Every time, man, every time. Thing is, it tells you how many screws, but not where they're meant to go, so I'm really just guessing. It's not really going in. Well, I think that's strong enough. Assemble 16, the other side. It's funny, isn't it? As soon as you say, I can't remember, your brain's just like, oh yeah, I do remember, don't say that. Oh dear. Being human, eh? There's a bit of a skewing problem here. What on earth are you talking about? Chiller loop fluid. I don't have a chiller loop. You're talking about the de-icing thing again. Oh yeah, for the laser cutter, it's just a diode laser. But it is a class 4 laser still. I think this is going to be, I think the A5M40, the Atomstack one that I unboxed already, is 5 watts, I believe, which I think is about the limit for a diode laser. But I could be wrong. Powder coated, yeah, the panels are all powder coated. It's not a very thick powder coat, but for like hobbyist use, it's going to be plenty sufficient, I think. Wow, I've just noticed how bad this camera looks. I think it's auto-exposing for the black, and it's just making everything else look really bright. I don't know the exact details of the laser, If you look up Atomstack A5M50, that's the model of the whole laser thing together. See, the 3 holes line up on this side, and on this side they're nowhere near. Let's hope that it doesn't matter. Tear off the adhesive of the LED strip, place it on the back of the number 17, the positions are shown below, and fix it with cable ties and buckles. Okay. Yes, sir. The back has literally 2 cable ties in it and 3 buckles. That's 23, 20, 19, 18, 17. There's 17. Oh, 17 is the door. Oh, maybe it's not the door, it's the front, but not the door. It just happens to have the hinges on. Yes, it's a Chinese laser, 450, 400, 300, somewhere, whatever that is. Yeah, somewhere there. So there's like 2 elements of the front. Where is the front? Oh no, this is not the front, sorry. So this bit goes on here, and then the hinge is at this point here, and then this whole front section from here to here is lid. So we've got some pretty nasty looking LEDs that are probably going to fall off within about 10 minutes, unfortunately. They've got to stick on like so. The thing you have to watch out for with these LEDs is that when you wire them up, if you put any strain on the plastic, on the adhesive, it will just tear off slowly from this end, it will come off. My daybreak LEDs, well these are a 12 volt power supply, but I mean obviously you can get a new power supply and doobity-dabbity-dop, but yes, if I end up using it a lot, once these fall off, that will definitely be worth doing. It was something like this, wasn't it? Yep, pretty much. Ugh. I have a question for people watching. I know there's not that many. Not quite the normal amount. Obviously, this is a little bit less popular than building a Voron, but I'm interested to know if any of you have seen or have joined me because you saw recent YouTube shorts, or if you've seen them or ignored them. I want to know who they're reaching. Assemble 17 with M3x6 screws. 16 screws. 16 screws. There's only space for, what, 6? I think it means 6. This is weird. There's a screw hole in this top corner here, but this is going to overlap it when this goes in. Can't go behind it. I'm not sure what's... Maybe it's just because these parts are symmetrical. I've posted quite a few shorts since middle of December. Some of them have done really well. One of them is going to be hitting amazingly. Well, it should hit probably 1 million views in the next 10 to 12 hours, something like that. It's been getting around like 40 to 50,000 views every 12 hours. It's just absolutely mental. Compare that to my long form videos, of which there's never broken like 200k. I post like 5 YouTube shorts and one of them's going to hit 1 million. It's just a bit ridiculous. Do not tighten the screws. It hates when you tighten the screws. Do not tighten the screws. Hinges are a bit stiff. Oh, the short that's doing really well. No, it's the one on this, you can see behind me. I made a light thing for the Prusa. Well, it's not specifically for Prusa, just a light bar for this PWM module thing. Oh yeah, people don't know about that yet. I've been making some electronic stuff. I made a video, a YouTube short, just doing like little assembly things and putting a light on, turning it on, ta-da! Just like really quick, short, sharp edits. Assemble exhaust fan, number 18, and flange. This thing is chuffing huge, man. Absolutely huge. $18. 19, 18. Shh, yes, that. So it's going on here somewhere. Oh, it wants me to assemble this to this first. M4 screw. Oh no, this is already done, the M4 screw. That's all done. With M4 nuts, yes. Okay, well I have to take them all off to put it on here. See, the point of this is just to go through there. These screws are going to be long enough once I've got the panel in there. They might not be. They're just long enough without it. Let's get this the right way around. I don't think it matters. Just about get a nut on the bottom of here. Not, it needs way more engagement really, but let's get it tightened a bit more. You have to be, the rules I put on this stream is you have to be subscribed for at least 5 minutes, because it kind of somewhat stops the bots. And there's slightly slower chat, so I think you can only chat once every like 15 seconds. So sorry about that, but I also don't want loads of bots, so yeah. Why is this? Oh, okay. Oh dear, okay. So we have to take this all off. It has to go like this. Which is not what it says on the diagram, but it's the only way it's going to work. Oopsie daisy. your cable of the fan. I think I dropped an M4 nut. Ooh, got it. Oh. Ender 3 was first in my shorts playlist. This looks fine. Ender 3, that's the S1 where I did the wobbly bed correction, I think, isn't it? The one you should be getting over the next day or so is the RGB one. It looks like it's going to do pretty well. It's hard to say, but shorts are a little bit easier to analyze than long videos because there's so little in them. There's just, when something happens, you can see exactly what it is. That's weird. Got it. Last bit. Right, that's the fan in. Assemble 18 with M3x6. Oh, have I put this on back to front? He's an idiot. He's an idiot. What an absolute idiot. Oh, Adam. You fool of a toque. Start again. I don't have an LCT screwdriver. I have plenty of tools already. And it's really just not going to be great for building 3D printers, I don't think. Right, let's do this again. So that's going to go on there. That's going to go on that side. And this fan assembly is going to sit on this side. If these screws were longer, this would not be anywhere near as difficult. It's disproportionately difficult because of the length of the screws. Oh, I'm probably bumping the microphone now, aren't I? Come on, man. Okie dokie, right. Second time's the charm. This goes on here. The cable through here. Pretty sure they wants the cable on the outside for some reason. Whew, right. We're back to making some progress. To be honest, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. For some reason, I didn't think it would take very long. I don't know what made me think that. I was like, it's a box. How long could it possibly take? Turns out, a long time. But assembly is once and your eyesight is forever. Something like that, anyway. The fact that we've actually got a duct is pretty good. Obviously, part of the stream is to try and sort of give some evaluation of whether it's an appropriately safe enclosure. I'm going to leave that verdict down to you because this, after all, is just kind of a build, not a review. But I think existence of an exhaust is worth pointing out because accumulation of particulates in the chamber is not something you want. Now, this doesn't mean you can just, I mean, obviously this is just going to evacuate into the room, which is not better, but there's a tubey thing down there, so if you have some way to flume it outside. Raiden, your question from earlier. I subscribed by seeing the Daybreak Tools shot. Oh, the 3D printed one with the snippy snappy. It's freaking huge. Where am I going to put this? Look at the size of it. It's chuffing massive. Oh, I could probably sleep inside this. It's so big. Where can it go? I do not have space. Wall mount it. Oh, that would be quite funny, having a massive laser cutter mounted to the wall. I don't have a workbench deep enough. Oh man, okay. It's getting quite warm in here as well. Where's the instructions gone? It's starting to make an echo now when I talk into it. Assemble the acrylic board to 19. So this is obviously the windows. It is just green acrylic. I'm not sure that's going to be particularly safe. If you check, where did my safety glasses go? Did I put them somewhere extra safe where I wouldn't lose them? So these are safety glasses designed for this specific wavelength, and you'll notice that they are orange. And when you look through them, everything goes weird. Anyway, the fact that this is green, this is orange, it makes me think that green is not the appropriate or correct colour for dealing with this laser. Surely they should be orange like the safety glasses. I don't know, but that makes sense, doesn't it? Oh my days, this is... Oh my goodness. That's got to be some of the thickest film I've ever pulled off acrylic. Bloomin' hell. High quality acrylic. I don't know what that means. It just looks like green acrylic to me. Come on. I'm not sure I want to get into laser testing. I'm pretty sure that's going to get very expensive very quickly because no one's going to want to take any liability for results and stuff. I'm looking through it to see how it forms the colours of things that are around the room. What you want, so this for whatever 400 something nanometer is something around blue ultraviolet-ish range. So what you want it to be doing, I believe, is cutting out a large portion of those wavelengths in that zone. So when you look at something blue through orange safety glasses, those blue things go kind of black. Maybe this is a good example. Maybe not the best. But the blue things through a green tint makes seemingly not very much difference, which doesn't fill me with much confidence. Laser safety glasses that protect from red light will generally be blue or green. Yeah, so if the laser was red, then maybe green would make sense. Oh no. So I think I just need one of these for now. Assemble acrylic board to panel number 19. So let's go hunt for panel 19. Oh, it's heavy. This thing is going to also wear tailwinds. It's also once it's all assembled. M4x8 was these, wasn't it? Oh, now we have to do screws and nuts. What a pain in the... Ooh, that's a screw gone. Oh, I thought I saw it go, but it's... I need to invent like a screw catcher that catches screws as they fall. It would be useful. Come on. There's that one. 2 more to go. I was thinking, well, yeah, I remember the picks them up. That'd be. I was thinking, like, I don't know. I just end up dropping a lot of screws. One downside is if you have a screw missing, as soon as you have a screw missing, you're going to have a hole straight through to the laser, right in the place where you're looking. Not great. Don't lose a screw because then you could harm your eyes. Assemble acrylic board to number 20 with 7 pieces M4x8. It looks like there was the exact number of screws in that bag, so I now have one missing. So I need to find that screw in order for this thing to even start to look safe. Here we go. I can't believe how big it is. I'm running low on disk space. I think it's trying to record the stream and run the stream at the same time. Okay, that fixed that. Right, that's those 2 panels. Assemble 19 and 20 with 6 pieces in 3x6. So these 2 pieces attached together. I think that'd be like this. No, it's winter now. Seagulls go quiet in the winter. That's in the summer is when they're really, really noisy. I think that's to do with like mating season stuff. They just get extra loud. Oh, that's why I was itching, because I've cut myself. Symbol 21 and 22. So this is here 21 is on the side. Basically hugging it now. Ooh. Oh dear. Ow. I could stand it on one end, but I'm trying to think camera angles as well. If I stand it up, then you'll just be able to see my crotch the whole time. Yeah, if you were doing it just yourself, that would probably be the best way to do it. You're absolutely right. Like this, but it's quite tall. Right. That's that bit. Yes. So I know what these triangular bits on this triangular hole pattern's for now, and I think we're going to have problems. Let's just put that in there for now. It's part of the gas struts for the lid, so we've got to put these triangular supports on the side. The screws are going to protrude through the panels because they're a bit long, and if they don't line up with the holes behind them, it's going to collide with the panel. It's not great. It'll be okay because the panel will flex, but they're supposed to line up. Oh. And you're not going to be able to see this side. It's kind of wobbly. No, it's all pretty sturdy, to be honest. We're still obviously missing that front brace, but wobbly is not a word I'd use. And remember, it's not got to be structural. All these panels are really doing is just blocking light. So on this side you can see how these holes are supposed to work in the panel. They're supposed to line up with the screws so that as they come through, they don't push the panel out. As it happens, this side is basically flush anyway. And it's fine. And remember, most of the screws are not even tight, and it's still pretty rigid. Lost my place. Lost my bloody place. Right, that's those ones. Mount the support rod fixing block B to the left and right sides of the upper cover with 4 pieces M4x8. This is where this is going to go in a minute anyway, so I think that's going to be fine to mount there. Oh, we're missing a screw again. No, it's here. Oh no, come on. No! I've lost a screw now. Here it is. The nut. I don't think I've ever done this many screws in one live stream. As builds go, it's probably not the most fun. Let's put it that way. Right, that's those two on. 22, 23, mount the hinge to 19 with M3x6, then tighten the screws on the 17. On the 17, oh, that's the back panel. Yeah, boy! Jesus, is huge. I mean, there's nothing. Oh, then we need to put the gas struts in next, don't we? Um, yeah, this is just going to spin whatever nut is on the other side. Not sure I want to put my head in there without gas strut. Ooh. Let's put these struts on. Well, they absolutely stink. But hopefully that's not going to affect performance. Oh, got a greasy blob on me. Ta-da! Feels like the second coming of Christmas in this room. It's just carnage everywhere. Packaging and parts and mess all over the shop. Yeah, I mean, tightening all the screws will make it quite a bit stiffer, but this is pretty reasonable. Yeah, I do need something to tighten these. What size do I need? I don't know. I thought it was this size, M3 nut. Yes. Oh, that one's already tight somehow. Cool. So you can't, it's not quite enough to allow you to just let go. But it does, it kind of holds it up more than stops it falling down. Right, it now says put the engraver in and then tighten the screws, but that's going to be awful. So I'm going to go around and tighten a bunch of screws now. Doobie doobie doo. They really don't. I don't know. I mean, obviously, the downside of tightening screws is It's just a tolerance assembly thing. That's all it is. So everything can move a little bit into place to get everything to fit. And once you know everything fits, then you tighten the screws. But nothing is really moving when I'm adding new stuff now anyway. Ow. It's super dark in here, I can't see. So it's either dark or too far away. Right. I think that's the inside one's done, so now we can go around the outside. The downside of these large panels like this is we could end up with more vibration than we really want. So I don't know what kind of materials are going to be suitable for that, given the conditions inside, and obviously like potential for fire and all this kind of stuff. But some sort of appropriately resistant flame retardant material. It's nice and dense and soft to try and reduce some of the vibration. Could be worth considering. Where did we get to in the War on live stream? Finished. I'll have to watch that later and start asking people for parts, I guess. Right, get in there. Oh, you know the other thing that's making it look wobbly is what it's blooming sitting on. It's this bit that's particularly drum-like. Yeah, the stepper noise will make the panels vibrate quite a bit, I think. Right. All we can hope for is that whatever sound there is gets trapped inside. The gas draughts work reasonably well for keeping the lid open though. Check that shit out. I'm guessing this wire is supposed to go through here, along with plenty of others potentially. The handle. The flip. The holes in this handle are like flipping huge. It's just like, install the handle. Yeah, with what screws exactly? These maybe? Is that going to be big enough to not fall all the way through? Just. Oh, come on. No, size. These could be tighter. You do have to be a bit careful tightening these. Acrylic will crack quite easily. So it's a pretty brittle material. So just be a bit careful. Don't overdo it. Okay, so we need to put the feet on. Are the feet going to fit on the desk? That's the problem. That is the next problem, isn't it? I think they might just. Okay. So I believe part of the reason for the massive amounts of adjustment in these is that this hole in the bottom allows you to rest the rotary module in there. Doesn't sound very safe to me. Let's get these nice and low. There's also nothing to hold that panel in as far as I can tell, other than gravity, so that's definitely going to be pretty rattly. I don't think that fish tank was made out of acrylic, but yes. This is super stiff. I think it's the nut that's dodgy. Obviously it didn't matter to the machine that put it on there. They're going to just apply 500 newton meters of torque. Oh, come on. This is just awful. How am I going to be able to wind this down faster? I know. And I have a plan. Oop. It's come off the fucking drill. Still pretty awful, but at least it should work. And the last one. So we've got 3 good ones and 1 terrible one. No, they're reasonably similar. That second nut is actually redundant anyway. will it fit on this desk? Right, so now get the Lazy Susan out at the same time. That's pretty solid now. If it wasn't before, it is now. What an absolute unit. So this is the last thing, and that's going to go on the front like this. Bibbidi bobbidi boom. Where somehow the cable comes through this panel. Oh, these are the ones for the handle. Put different ones on the handle, because we need the other ones for the machine. Or I could use these on the machine, that's fine. Saves me redoing those. So, let's install a laser cutter. I'm not going to have time to actually do any lasering though today, I don't think. Because I also don't even trust that the acrylic is the right colour to keep me safe. So in fact, maybe we'll stop here and get this in just to prove that it fits. But that'll be doesn't really fit. um maybe you can adjust these a little bit. I'm sure it'll fit, it's just, yeah, there's a bit of adjustment to these brackets, I think. Okay. I think that's what it wants you to do. That is the plan. to remove this panel. This panel is obviously designed for those using other laser cutters. I'll just be this. Well, it appears to fit, appears to work, appears to move. I'm not too sure about cable management and everything, but you have access to some stuff at the front. It's not very kind of airtight, is not the right word, but I mean, here there's a huge gaping gap you can see right in, which is obviously for airflow, but it should be baffled really. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? What the dickens is this? Oh, this is like the power cable thing for doing the... that's what this is for. Oh, great. After that, it's not an EU power plug. Oh, man alive. Well, I'll have to find an adapter for that. But we have something that looks like it could be workable. So, answering the question then, now that it's 2.5 hours in, is it safe? So my questions on that at the moment are, is the green acrylic the right colour to really be blocking the wavelengths that we're using specifically on this laser, since this is the one that it's designed for? That's the first question. Second question, or answer, is does the laser turn off when you open the lid? And the answer to that immediately is no, there's no switch. That would definitely be something that needs to be implemented, because if at any point you lift the lid, you're no longer protected, the laser needs to shut off. Is it fully sealed to a point where you can't see the laser with your own eyes? Not quite. I think there are some openings. They're not big. I would want more nylock nuts on this because I think vibration over time could cause these to potentially fall out, which is not ideal. Hopefully you'll notice them and it'll be not the biggest problem. Hopefully you can deal with that before it is a problem. Just having holes in these allows you to see through to the laser. That's all I'm thinking. The exhaust fan at the back, I can't test its power because I don't have an adapter. I don't have a way to power it at the moment. I need to get an adapter for that power plug, which hopefully I'll be able to get. Other than those things, which I think are all fixable, I mean, getting the correct acrylic plates will probably be the most difficult thing. Creating some 3D printed baffles for these should be pretty easy. You just so it can allow airflow, but not line of sight. And then you've got a fan to extract any air. You do have this big tube. I don't know how long this expands to, but I'm assuming pretty long. Weirdly, it seems to be covered in grease on the inside, which is not very nice. But that should be a decent enough length to get you to extract your fumes. Again, the airflow capacity of that fan, I don't know about at the moment, but it's a reasonably large size fan. It looks like it should be capable. It's definitely a very big improvement over not having anything, but I think there are still some steps that need to be taken to make it actually safe. You could definitely do far worse, like not having anything, for example. But yeah, I think it's getting there. I think we're looking reasonably good. It's strength sturdy wise, it is a really solid piece of kit. It's full sheet metal construction top to bottom. So durability wise, you should be fine. Like knocks and bangs, it'll probably get a bit rattly because sheet metal's only strong really in one plane. But as an overall design, pretty solid, I think. Some improved tolerances, those hole positions were not quite lined up all the time. Other than that, I think it's starting to look pretty good. I think that answers the question, hopefully. I think the main thing is end stop. End stop switch for this lid needs to be a thing. I don't know if this controller will be capable of doing it. If not, then I would literally just wire it up to power or something like that. The power to the LED, I don't know. The laser needs to cut off when you open the lid. Any way you do that is up to you, but in my opinion, that needs to be a thing. So, let's see if I can give you a good wide shot of how big this blooming thing actually is, because it's quite difficult to tell, I think, quite how large it is. Look at it. It's flipping huge. Sorry about the appalling exposure. Auto exposure. What can you do? Now all I need to do is find somewhere for it to go, because it's huge. Oh dear. It's funny, but it's also not funny. Oh goodness me. Right, okay. I can't now. I want to do lasering, but now is not the time. Oh my god, that exposure really is awful, isn't it? That's better. It's a bit orange, but it's better. So yeah, thank you everyone for sticking around and watching. Hopefully that's useful, give you a bit of an overview of the Atomstack B1 Enclosure, which is for the A5 M50 Pro laser cutter, which we took a look at before. If you're looking at getting one, as I said, do be careful. Lasers are not a toy, not in any capacity. Make sure you do your research well outside of this video so you understand what you're getting into. This enclosure is not going to be every safety solution that you need. It will get you some of the way, but as I pointed out, there are potentially some things that you will need to do in order to actually make it quite a bit safer. So that's it from me today. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to check out my shorts and Daybreak LEDs and other stuff that I'm doing. Check out vector3d.co.uk and a link in the description for this. Thanks everyone, and goodbye.